YouTube community. It is and it is us today again, your favorite wrestling podcasters, The Squeeze and The Cheese, here with another wrestling podcast ready to recap WrestleMania, which is tomorrow and Sunday. And we have NXT Stand and Deliver. Stand and Deliver, which one is it? One of the NXT events tomorrow as well. Plus WrestleMania weekend all over the place. Wrestlers everywhere. The
Mad.
Hall of Fame tonight. It is going to be crazy. What do you think about this, Cheese? You stoked? You excited?
It is. It's an amazing time to be a wrestling fan.
Oh my God, man, it's never been better. The talent out there, just there's so many spots that are taken, and the talent just vying for spots. It's crazy, man.
It is.
They
It
have
is.
no room on this card for almost anybody. Only the top talent got singles matches, and then you got an intercontinental match with four of the top talents in the WWE.
It's crazy,
World
bro.
Championship is crazy how stacked is the talent
There's
now.
so much talent that Chad Gable didn't even get a match at WrestleMania this year, bro.
Yeah, one of his alter egos did. Let's see if he gets unmasked. If it is Chad Gable at all, hey, it could be Hulk Hogan under that mask.
It
Remember
could be.
Mr. America?
Yeah,
So
that's funny.
anyway, man, yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome, man. Everyone can't wait for it. We could have been there live, but the tickets were too crazy.
It's too
Man,
crazy.
these guys are getting nuts on us.
It's
I
too
don't
much
know why
money.
they're charging so much now for e-events, but sooner or later we'll be able to go to one. Anyway, it's gonna be a crazy card. I mean, from
It
top to
is.
bottom, Saturday and Sunday's gonna be a crazy card. It's gonna be highlighted by Cena versus Cody
Cody.
Rhodes on the main event on Sunday night, and I don't know, man. It's gonna be a great main event. It's gonna be a main event for the ages. Who do you think is
Now,
gonna walk out the championship, bro?
I think they're going to put the title on Cena. Now, but what I'm interested in is like the crowd reaction seems like even though Cena's a heel, since he's not like I don't know, he doesn't seem like he's a super dastardly heel. That he
Mm-hmm.
still seems to get like a lot of positive fan reaction. And then like I just read a little article that they said that his merchandise is still selling really well. Do you think that at WrestleMania, as the match goes and continues, that the crowd is gonna switch so where that at the end of the match, Cena's gonna be the face and Cody's gonna be the heel? Or do you think
Uh,
they're gonna be able to keep it as it is?
I doubt it, but it's probably going to be something like the Hogan Rock match at WrestleMania 19, where both of them are pretty over. Because Cena's still pretty over, man. That guy, I mean, he's never going to be a full blown heel. It's just something that they did to make things interesting, but he's going to be like the Hogan face heel thing that happened at WrestleMania 19. And of course, Cody's going to keep his popularity, but I don't know, man. They got to put the title on him because there's just no reason to not do it. I mean, there's no reason to retain for Cody to retain. I mean, his reign's been okay, but it's time for him to give up the boots. I mean, give up the title. I mean, he's gotta just turn it
Yeah,
in, and we got to
yeah.
have Cena have that one last title run.
And
He could
and
probably
then
just pick it up at SummerSlam.
if he gets the last title run and he starts to heel, do you think there's any way that WWE would let him end his run as a heel, or there has to be a way that they switch him back to be a face, like towards the end, like if he wins the title and then The Rock wants him to give it, and The Rock wants him to hand it over to him, where, and then it sets up Cena versus Rock going into retirement. Do you think they'll let him be a heel at the end?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think that this is the last time Cena's gonna wrestle this year. I think that he's probably gonna go into next year and he's gonna give it up next year because there's just no reason, man, for him to give it up this year. He's gonna make too much money on this farewell tour, so I think he's probably gonna extend it until next year. I don't think that the time frame is too little. I mean, from April to December for him to give it up, that's crazy, man. I think it's going to be a
Yeah,
lot longer than that. So they have to draw it out a little bit, and they got to put up, they got to put up Cena versus Rock, Cena versus Roman Reigns, Cena versus Jacob Fatu, Cena versus Steiner. I mean, there's just so many guys can wrestle. But
yeah.
I don't see them. I don't see them letting Cena retire this year. I just
Yeah,
can't see
yeah.
it.
And so you see Cena going over Cody?
I see him going over Cody and keeping the title for at least until SummerSlam,
Okay.
until Cody gets it back somehow. The chase is better for Cody anyway, but I think that Cena is going to get the title. He's going to have a full blown heel run, and then someone's going to take it off of him. I don't know who. Could be Cody. Could be I don't know. I just don't see anybody else. Cody or Roman Reigns. I don't
Yeah.
see anybody else taking the title off of him. I mean, the other guys who I think are potential world champions already. Jacob Fatu is going to win the U.S. title from LA Knight.
Think he's going to go overnight?
Braun Breaker could probably use the Intercontinental title and go for the world title on Raw. Gunther's going to lose the world title. I mean, you got nobody who's at the clout, at the
Yeah.
level of a Cody or a John Cena. Braun is going to be there one day, but I'm talking 1 or 2 years.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
not
yeah.
there right now. So, I mean, they
Yeah.
got to push him correctly. And that's so, I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Hey, so with the Tiffany Stratton Charlotte Flair feud, do you think there's any legitimate like beef between the two? Do you think it's just to build up the anticipation for the match? Does that interest you at all?
It does interest me. I think that there is heat between them. I don't know if you saw the text between Ludwig Kaiser and Tiffany, and Charlotte Flair, but Charlotte was thirsty for Ludwig. Man, she was texting him. She was like all over him. So I think there's something there. I hope she doesn't try to injure Tiffany during the match because I think she'd go into business for herself and try to injure Tiffany. So I hope that doesn't happen. But I think there's legit heat between them. I hope that nothing happens during the match. But yeah, I think Tiffany is the it girl. She's going to be the it girl for a long time. They tried to position her as the new Trish Stratus, and there's nobody else who's like the new it girl besides her. She's the one. She's the new legit uh, women's star. I mean, you have Rhea, you have Bianca Belair, but Tiffany's
Yeah.
the new girl on SmackDown. She's going to
Yeah.
hold that title for a long time.
What do you think about the War Raiders versus New Day? Who do you see going over?
I see the New Day going over to win their 13th title and position
Yeah.
themselves as the greatest tag team of all time. I mean, I like the War Raiders. I think they're a decent team. I like their whole move set. I like their look, but I just don't think they're over with the crowd. I don't think they have good enough charisma for that. I think that the New Day. I know that this heel run's been kind of lackluster for them, but I think this last title run is good for them. I think that's what's going to happen. They're going to win the titles. What do you think about Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre?
I hope Drew goes over. I'm just, Damien's, he's big, he's strong, but I just don't, like I don't think he should be in the main event. I think, when they put the title on him, to kind of push him, that was kind of his chance to really show like, hey, like I'm into this, but he doesn't excite me as a champion. Drew's a monster, and I think he hasn't got the payoff he deserves for the amount of work and for kind of what he's done with the company. That he should get a much bigger payoff than what he's had so far.
I agree. I think Drew is like one of the best workers in the company. But the thing is, I just think that I don't know about something about Drew is he has a lot of negative energy surrounding him. So I think that's what keeps him from really connecting with the crowd. And I think that he's lacks a little bit of charisma, so that's why he doesn't connect that much. But I mean, I dig him. I think he's awesome. But I mean, he's got to win that feud because I mean they got to give him a win. I mean, he's got to position himself like that and go up against somebody, maybe a rising star. Maybe put him in a program with Jacob Fatu next, or somebody like LA Knight, or somebody like Gunther or Jey Uso. If they can win the world title on Raw, they should.
Yeah,
They're going to have the draft after this, so they should just shake it up and have any good ideas for good feuds. Because I mean, this thing is going to be crazy. I mean, this is Mania. Then the next year, they're gonna be booked for New York stars. Some of these guys are gonna be on their way out, and you have to make room for new stars. I mean,
yeah,
You have Dirty Dom, and we haven't talked about that match yet, but I think Dirty Dom's gonna win the Intercontinental title.
I think
He's
so.
got that. He's got that. He's
Mm,
just got the star power right now. I don't
yeah,
think that's gonna be Penta or Finn. I think it's gonna be Dirty Dom. I think Braun gets caught in the shamas on the outside, and
yeah, yeah,
Dom just cheats to win. So I mean, yeah. So predictions so far, you got. I mean, I think Dirty Dom's gonna win that match. Who do you got in the Bianca Belair versus Rhea versus the Io Sky match?
I don't know. Like, Rhea's my favorite, so I think she should win. I think she should win every match that she's in. But I don't know if they're going to set up Jade Cargill, to go for the women's championship. It's a much more intriguing or interesting match for me to watch Bianca Belair fight Jade Cargill, other than Rhea Ripley fighting Jade Cargill, just because of how they positioned it. And then if they have, and then if it turns out that Naomi attacked Jade Cargill uh, because Bianca Belair told her to do it, then that'll add another layer, to the to the reason they don't like each other. So
Yeah, they could go with that. That'd be good.
so if they're going to push Jade Cargill to the championship, picture, then I'd rather have Bianca Belair win. Even though I'm not a huge, I just think that Bianca Belair, WWE does for me, just makes, and I don't know if Bianca Belair is really as stereotypical as they make her out to be on Raw, or in wrestling, or if that's who she truly is. But it just looks like they took like every stereotype they could and just threw it on her. Like, all right, cool. Because again, like her entrance logo is a big pair of red lips. How is that acceptable? That that'd be like if when Shinsuke Nakamura's music hit, the graphic that came up was slanty eyes, and a Fu Manchu beard. To me, that's
Well,
just
I think they're
racist.
trying to sexualize Bianca Belair. I
But
don't think they're going for like a racist thing with her. I think they're trying to sexualize her. She's a very pretty black woman. I mean, they got to sexualize her in a way. That's what they
she,
do with. That's what
she's
they does with the women. They sexualize them. Look what they
she
did
is
with
an
Tiffany.
incredible
She's a
shape.
Barbie doll. They're all about stereotypes in the WWE. There's no way they're not gonna have stereotypes.
Yeah.
So if you think that the big red lips and the hair and the jive talk and all that is reminiscent of what you think it is. That's probably what they're going for. Look at what they're doing with what's his name, El Gran Americano. They say that all Latinos are angry with that. I don't see any problem with it. I know
Yeah,
exactly what they're doing with the Grande Americano,
yeah,
but they say that the
that's
people
funny.
in Mexico and in Latin America are angry with that. I'm like, what? Why are you angry? It's something Americans do. The
That man,
Americans poke fun at everybody. Why do you get angry over that? So
yeah, that's funny. And hey, who do you think Randy Orton is gonna fight?
well, I wanted it to be Nick Aldis, but it's too early for that. So I think for everyone, well, I just heard this today about an hour ago, but they say it's going to be Rusev.
Hmm.
Yeah, they say he's under contract again, and they're going to put him in the match. And I think it's underwhelming as all hell. I would have loved it for me to be Nick Aldis, but Rusev, I mean, that's out of left field. They say Malachi Black, who is Aleister Black. Aleister Black
Yeah,
is under contract again, and he's going to be debuting on SmackDown soon. So they got Aleister Black back. They got Rusev back, and they're going to be newest stars
but like
on WWE programming.
if they throw either one of those guys in a WrestleMania with Randy Orton, like Randy Orton's gonna beat the hell out of him. I mean, right? I mean, you're not gonna have one of those. Would you have one of those returning guys beat Orton at WrestleMania? Or would I mean I would think that they would lose to Randy Orton in WrestleMania, and then
That's
they're
what
gonna.
everybody's saying. If Rusev is going to be the star that goes up against Randy Orton, everybody thinks Rusev is going to lose because they don't think he has the star power to beat Randy Orton. So I really don't know why they would do that. If it was Nick
Yeah,
Aldis, then I would let Nick Aldis have a kind of tainted victory. But if it was Rusev, I don't know. There's no way Rusev beats Randy Orton. Rusev just is not on the level of Randy Orton. He never has been. So I mean, there's just no way I think Rusev is going to win.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I was hoping for Nick Aldis too.
Yeah, Nick Aldis has got to get back in there. I mean, it's been a year. It's time. He should be up back on TV as a wrestler. I mean, he's a good wrestler. We know what he can do. Most of the people in the WWE don't know what he can do, but we know what he can do. So I mean, he should be back in there.
And then who do you think's gonna out of so Roman, Punk, and Rollins? Who do you think's gonna
Oh,
win?
that's one of the matches I'm looking forward to. Honestly, I think it's going to be Seth, and I think it's going to be Paul Heyman swerving both of them and aligning with Seth because I mean Seth Rollins has never been a Paul Heyman guy, and it just opens up a new storyline. He
Yeah,
screws both of them, and you know how much Punk hates Seth and Seth hates Punk, so it's going to be a new way to get them both to open up a new storyline and just add a new wrinkle to the feud. What do you think?
yeah. That's what I think's gonna happen too. That it's gonna
Yeah,
be Paul Heyman's gonna be the catalyst to it's gonna come down to where like it's a chair. He has a chair, something that he has to give either. He has the choice to give it to either Roman or to Punk, and there's going to be that lull where he doesn't like he's looking, and then he's going to toss it to toss whatever the object is to Seth, and Seth's going to blam blast everybody.
and the
Uh,
thing is, people know this is gonna happen, but when it happens, the pop that's gonna just erupt in the building gonna be crazy. You know, the
yeah,
booze
yeah,
afterwards. It's gonna be. I mean, we all know this is gonna happen. This is the kind of thing that we know is gonna happen, but we're just waiting for it to happen. You know.
yeah,
So I
yeah, yeah.
mean, yeah, it's gonna be huge spot over there in
There you go.
WrestleMania.
So,
It's gonna be
part of the
huge.
story.
Yeah.
um, and then so with Gable, we talked about Grande Americano.
I think Ray puts over Gable this time because Gable's got to have a win. I mean, he's got to have
Yeah,
a victory because I mean, Gable's been there for so long and he's finally getting a push, and they just don't have enough stars. He's got to get the rub from Ray. I mean, Ray puts over guys all the time, and he should put over Gable. I mean, he should just put him over. I mean, the things Ray's been talking about El Grande Americano, he's like, oh, I don't like how he's misrepresenting my culture. I don't like how he's making fun of Mexicans. It's tailor made for El Grande Americano to win. I mean, it just
yeah,
sticks it to like the lucha culture, and then you can have somebody like who's that guy Penta beat El Grande Americano later on, and I
yeah.
mean yeah, so
That's funny.
yeah,
That's
you
gonna be
got
cool.
then you got I don't know if they're gonna have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. They're gonna have a battle royal for the women. I don't know. It's gonna be a lot of stuff going on. And then the Hall of Fame. We haven't talked about the Hall of Fame. What do you think about Diamond Dallas Page in inducting Lex? It was in Sting this time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know a whole lot about the history between Sting and Lex Luger and Diamond Dallas Page.
No, I know that they're all friends, but Sting and Lex Luger, this between them. They've been friends ever since we've been kids. I mean, those guys
Really?
were like going up. You didn't know that? They're
No, no,
best
no.
friends, man. They're best friends. They used to be buddies in WCW way back when Lex was a horseman. They're
Yeah.
best friends. They were workout partners. When Lex Luger had his motorcycle accident and busted his arm, he calls up Sting. Sting, who can I get to fix this? Sting gives him the guy to fix his arm, and dude, Sting and Lex Luger are best friends. They're like the tightest. They're like this in wrestling. They're like what Triple H and Shawn Michaels are in the WWF.
Okay,
You didn't
okay.
know that? I didn't know,
No, no,
man. I thought you
I
were a
didn't.
super fan like me who
No,
respected all this shit.
no,
Yeah,
no.
I'm serious. They're good friends. Diamond Dallas Page is friends with everybody, but I mean, Lex and Sting were like, man, so it
So
was
why do you think
crazy.
that? Why do you think Lex chose Diamond Dallas Page to induct him over Sting?
He didn't choose him. Tony Khan didn't let Sting
Oh,
induct Lex. He didn't let him because of a little feud he's having Triple H over something. So I mean, it's just
oh.
AEW WWE BS. It's not because he didn't want him to induct him. It's because of the feud between the companies.
Now, what do you think? The natural disasters are going to the Hall of Fame this year?
Mm. Would have
Is
been
that
better if it would have been Demolition. Demolition would have been a lot better, but it'll probably go in next year.
because did the natural disasters ever win titles?
Yeah, they won the tag team titles for Money Incorporated at WrestleMania 8. But I think they defended him against them. But they were tag team champions. But once, only one time. Not for
Yeah,
very long. I mean, what
yeah,
happened was the natural, that was about the time that WWE was transitioning. And so what happened was Earthquake got a job with WCW because he was one of Hogan's buddies, and Hogan got him a job. And Typhoon, he was staying in the WWE, but then he was gonna fight Yokozuna, but then Yokozuna something happened, and Typhoon went under contract with WCW, so they lost both of them around '93 or so. But yeah, they were attacking for just a short time. There's so many other tag teams they could have put in the Hall of Fame, but they decided to put them. I think that was the worst choice besides Michelle McCool. Michelle McCool? What has she done, man? I mean, there's so many more women deserving of that honor, but I mean,
Isn't she married to the
I bet she's
Undertaker?
Undertaker's wife.
Yeah,
She's
that's why.
Undertaker's wife, so that's why she got it. I bet.
Yeah, no, because like I don't know, like the WWE Hall of Fame, like when they're putting in Michelle McCool, when they're putting in the natural disasters, like I don't know, like they weren't even like those performers weren't even in the top half of their performers in their eras. Like you wouldn't think those guys were sniffing main events on anything. And when
Yeah.
WWE puts in, in The Godfather, super entertaining, he was awesome, but he had like what, one Intercontinental title reign, and he's in the Hall of
Mhm.
Fame. Like I don't know, man. Like they, it shouldn't be called the Hall of Fame. It should just be like the Hall of the Hall of Favorites or something. Because I think like some of them, you know, shouldn't. I don't know. Shouldn't.
Well, they put Tori Wilson in, and I mean, the only thing Tori Wilson ever did was look good. I mean, so I mean, yeah, basically they're just putting in people who are favorites with the office. I mean, who are just favorites with the people in the front office. They're not putting the favorites of the people. I mean, if we had favorites, if we had a choice, then Vader would be in, Sid would be in, Demolition would be in, but they still haven't gotten honors, you know. And then you got a lot of individual wrestlers who'd be in. Like you put the U.S. Express together, but I mean Barry Windham deserves his own Hall of Fame induction, but I mean he's not in. So I mean he's not in individually at least. So I
Yeah,
mean it's like whatever. They're just it's just something that they do to for people to watch. But I personally go when they put somebody like Lex Luger in, and the rest of it is filler. I just go to watch Lex Luger. Like I really
yeah,
don't care that Triple H is going in because Triple H was never one of my favorites. Lex Luger was one of my favorites, and I know he's going to be the one who's inducted before Triple H. I'm waiting for that to come on. It's going to be what 6 hours from now. Yeah, I'm waiting for that, man. Because man, Lex Luger, dude, Lex
right.
Luger, that guy, he was just a big part of everybody's childhood, you know. So I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. The total package.
yeah, so it's finally time. It's high time. It would have never happened if Vince was still in the WWE. So
Yeah.
thank God that
Yeah.
Triple H is running the show now.
Yeah. All right,
Well,
brother. I
bro,
gotta go.
yeah, we got to wrap this up. Well, thanks everybody. We got some people in the chat this time. Hi, Tommy. Hi, Mr. Satellite. Hi, Tyrone. Hi, Mr. Argentino. Sorry I didn't get to you guys. I'll get to you guys next time. We don't do this very often. Next time we'll do this and we'll incorporate you guys into the chat. Anyway, this has been the Squeeze in the Cheese signing off. Have a great day. Okay,
Bye
bro.
bye. Great
See you
day.
later.
See you
Okay, have
later.
a good night, guys.
All right,
Bye.
brother.